What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Infinite Gains again with another AMC and GME update. So yeah, make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. And we just hit over 500 subscribers. I think we're at 506 now. So that's freaking awesome. I appreciate every single one of you guys, and appreciate you supporting the channel. So yeah, let's just get straight into the video. Yeah, AMC slipped a little bit to get today. GME had a little bit of upward movement. So I think I'm just gonna go kind of over the kind of the macro, micro stuff, just kind of like small time frame. We can even go down to the 5 minute chart and kind of see like what's happening here. So I think that we're in this pennant pattern, as I kind of said in my previous video. Let's just get this out of the way so we don't have to worry about that. But so, I mean, from a Wyckoff perspective, you could create these horizontal channels. So you can make one here, and then you can make one here. And this kind of makes perfect sense because you're kind of coming down, you find initial support. Then you have your selling climax, right? You have your selling climax. Boom, you peak out, you make a local top, bounce off support again, and then you come and retest resistance, right? And we met that. And so now it's a possibility. You could come back and retest your support, and then bounce up, and then you have to show some kind of sign of strength, right? You'd have to bounce through this kind of $6 level, and then once you bounce through that $6 level, then you could shoot up to $7.50, like higher. Like you would target this local top here, right? You'd come back up, and you back up in a markup period. But hopefully by then, like the real squeeze thing would happen by then. But that's just like looking at it from kind of like a perspective of like we came back down. Now we're like in an accumulation phase, and then you're going to go back up into your markup period, which is 100% possible, which like we've marked out this zone here that's possible for a bounce. But I mean, as you can see here, we are in this kind of pennant pattern. If we just increase that there so you can kind of see more clearly, I mean, that's pretty obvious. I kind of try to connect these two trends, but I mean, to kind of make that there, so that kind of gives us a little bit of a more shallow move to the downside. But like technically you could go all the way down to that 450 level, and that would be really, like, this would be a really symmetrical triangle. This would be like a really symmetrical pennant. So I mean, yeah, you really could go all the way down to that 450 level. And it's like if we zoom into the 5 minute, you can see that we kind of broke out of this wedge. So like there's your flagpole, you're chopping around, and then boom, you come back, you test resistance, and then your technical target, right, of this would just be your flagpole. So you take your flagpole here, and then you'd put it at the breakout, which happened here, or breakout or kind of retest. So we put at the retest. I mean, that takes you all the way down to that 450 level anyways. So like even on a very small time frame, like 5 minutes, it's kind of showing us like we came down, and we kind of retested that structure, and now we're breaking down kind of to the downside. So like I'm not saying it's 100% possibility. Like you could just come back up, like you literally you could just come back up and test that trend line and just break out. I mean, that's also a possibility, but kind of leaning towards like completing this pennant, completing this triangle, and like it would just make sense. You have 1, 2 touches, you have 2 touches here, then you would have a third touch here, and then breakout. So I mean, it would be perfectly symmetrical if that happened. Like there's nothing saying that you couldn't go back down to that 450 level and retest support. So it's a possibility. I think you would see, so like obviously you could find support at that $5 level. I think you could find support at the 480 level, 480, 482-ish. So you could find support at 480, and then if that breaks down, you're probably just going to complete this pennant and go all the way down to that like 450-ish level here, depending on how fast it happens. Now, I think after that, after you complete this, like you're gonna go to you're gonna just go to the freaking moon. That's AMC kind of on a micro kind of time frame. So I'm kind of leaning towards like Friday. You're kind of breaking down tomorrow, as it's a possibility that you break down. And I think actually $5 is max pain. I'm not really sure. You have to check that, but I think $5 is max pain for Friday OPEX. So like I'm kind of leaning towards like a breakdown. Maybe you break down real bad, hit 450, and you come back in a day, and you're at that $5 level. And then maybe even like on Monday you kind of shoot up. Monday, Tuesday you're hovering around this level, and then like sometime next week you might break out of this pennant and gap up in some kind of fashion there. But I think I made a previous video on this. Yeah, so I actually made a video that said this might happen, and I think I live streamed it. Where is it? Here, day trade. Yeah, so I think I posted this a while ago that we could break down, retest, and then you continue down to the 480 level, and then I marked the 454 level. So like, yeah, kind of my thesis hasn't changed from my last video. I think I made a little quick update video. So I mean, it's kind of playing out, and it's 100% a possibility. Like, hopefully we break up. I'm kind of done with all this. I'm kind of done with all this choppiness. So like, hopefully we do break up. But I mean, you have to have a bull case, and you have to have a bear case. And so our bear case is going down to these levels. Our bull case is you come back up, and you hover around this 560 level, and then you break out. So we have two cases here. That could happen, and preferably you'd want to come back up and break this $6 level. If not, if you don't get a move up, I mean, you're probably just gonna break down and try to retest these levels. So that's AMC micro. Let's see. We'll go over GameStop micro stuff. Like, this is a total mess. Like, you can't even really read this. Like, you can try. Like, you can just try to like chart really, really, really micro stuff. Just like, oh, we have a little pennant here, and it's like, okay, will you take the flagpole? Jesus, why is it doing this? Take this off. Oh, and then it's like, okay, you could break up and hit 27. You're probably gonna hit this midline at 28, and then I don't know, like work your way up, and then break out of the huge pennant. But it's like, this thing is just so messy. It's just like, what is even happening? Like, you can like try to chart it, but I don't know. It's just ranging is all it's doing. It's literally just going like this, and yeah, like I don't know. AMC is like easier to chart on the micro, I guess. I don't know. This thing's kind of giving me a headache. It's like, it's really just like looking at it like this. That price is kind of just trading in these channels, and it's like, okay, well, if we break up to this one, then you might be trading in this channel. It's basically just doing jack shit. It's basically just doing jack shit is all it's doing. I don't know. Like, if we break out of this triangle, it's probably going to take you up to that $31 level, and then it's like, if we break out of that, I think all hell breaks loose. Like, I think I think that you're going to probably see a significant breakout. Like, we may come up and hit that trend line and then like come back down and then break up. So I don't know. This is anyone's guess about what's happening with this. Like, you can try to zoom in and try to chart this. Like, I mean, I could probably do it, but it's just like not worth it, I guess. It's just ranging. It's just chopping around in a very, very small zone, and there's like nothing else to even be said. Let's see if we take this off. What is this? Yeah, if we zoom out maybe to the daily, might be good. Like, we bounced off of this channel. If we overlay this one, we're pretty much in the middle of nowhere right now. Like, we're just waiting. We're just literally waiting. Let's go to Nvidia. So Nvidia kind of added some context to it. So we just added a bunch of channels that we're trading in. And as you can see, we kind of came up. We wicked above this channel, but then our candle closed below. We came back, kind of tested that midline, came back up, got rejected off of this channel here. So let's zoom into the 5 minutes. I hate when it does this. It's because it's not like as accurate on the 5 minute. When you zoom in, you see these gaps. Like, I'd have to zoom in. I'd have to really zoom in and connect all these things together like this. You would do that. What the hell? Where'd this one come from? Oh shit. Yeah, I just have to redo that on the 5 minute chart. But let's see. Let's overlay. This was from our previous, from one of my previous videos. Let's hide all this. But you kind of see that we saw that rejection at the channel on the weekly. But I think I was saying in my previous video, it's like we got rejected here, and I was like, we could come back up and either get rejected back at that 141 level or barely make a new high at 145. I don't know if that's plausible. Like, obviously Nvidia is a beast, but I mean, I don't know, today was CPI data and we got rejected. So like, hopefully we're in a downtrend, because you did make a local, you made a lower low. I mean, you made a lower high. So you came up and made a high, then you made a lower high. So, you know, hopefully you're in a downtrend. Like, this thing is scary because it just defies all logic. So you're kind of just sitting there like, okay, I'm hoping this is what's happening. But you do see that rejection here, and you can see it more clearly on the weekly. I mean, I made this on the weekly. That's why it's messed up on the 5 minute. I'd have to go in and make it more accurate, but like, it's pretty clear. Like, you came up here, got your rejection, and rejected this channel, and it's like, hopefully we can continue down. So you'd probably hit 104 as your next target, or depending how long. I mean, this could take a while, so like 100, maybe 110, and then slip below to these lower levels. But I mean, it just really depends on how long this takes. But that's kind of the video. It's kind of the video on the weekly chart. This thing is scary, man. Like, it does whatever it wants. Like, imagine we just break up and go to like $200. That's kind of a scary thought. I think we have to kind of be at a topping point, because at some point it just like gets way too absurd. Like, you can't just go to $200. Like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, if we went to $200, like, I don't care who you are, that shit doesn't make sense. Like, you didn't call that. Like, you didn't think that was actually gonna happen, because like, that just makes no fucking sense. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't care if you're the biggest bull in the world. Like, they would have to come out with some crazy news like, hey, we just created this AI that freaking is like smarter than everyone on Earth combined and knows everything. Like, like I just don't think that you could make it to the next channel. Like I just don't think that you could just make it up to the 200s or even like 170. It just, I don't know. I'm hoping that this is like a valid rejection, and you go down to like $100, because this thing has been going on a rampage. So that's AMC, GME, Nvidia. Yeah, man, it's just like been a lot of waiting around, and like just sitting on your hands. This thing is freaking boring. But I think it's coming soon. I think like I don't know, this month or the next. Like, because I think if you wait too long, it just doesn't make sense. Like, like if you're waiting 6 months, if you're waiting like you might as well start a whole another cycle. You know what I mean? It's like if you wait that long, then you're just in another cycle. Like, it doesn't make sense. Because you might as well, like, if it's gonna take that long, you might as well just wait another 6 months. You might as well just wait another year. You understand? Like, it just, like, typically you would see some kind of movement, because you've already initiated your first move and your retrace. So it's like something literally has to occur, like, or else you can't just chop around forever in these zones. So I mean, I think it's got to come in this month or the next month. It just kind of makes sense, just intuitively. Like, obviously I have nothing to prove that, but so that's AMC Micro, that's GME, Nvidia. I would just kind of reference my other videos for like macro stuff. But yeah, that's pretty much the whole vid. About to hit the gym. I might come back later after the gym and make another video once, blood's pumping, brain's moving a little bit better. But that's the whole video. Appreciate you guys for 500 subscribers. That's freaking awesome. I think we're at like 506 now or something crazy. So appreciate you guys, and make sure to join the Discord. I think the Discord's going to be in the description. It's going to be in the bio too. But yeah, I mean, join the Discord. Bounce ideas around. Like, I'm not the end all be all. I'm not like an expert at all this stuff. So like I'm learning with you guys. I'm learning new stuff every single day, and like, don't be afraid to say like, hey, what you're doing is wrong. Like, you should do it this way, or you should try this. Just don't be afraid to say stuff like that, because I'm learning too. I'm just showing what I'm seeing on different levels and using different tools and stuff like that. But yeah, make sure to join the Discord, and we can bounce ideas around. But that's the whole video. See you guys later. Thanks.